Liam Hayes was a man of quiet strength. As the CEO of one of the country's most popular family-style restaurant chains, Hayes Harvest, he had built his business on the values of kindness, respect, and hard work. Though his name was known in the corporate world, few people in his own restaurants would recognize him. He preferred it that way. Liam didn't care for flashy suits or the spotlight. He believed in earning respect through actions, not appearances. One chilly Saturday afternoon, Liam decided to visit one of his restaurants in a small town just outside the city. He loved these trips, not as the CEO, but as a regular customer. Dressed in worn jeans, a simple jacket, and a baseball cap, he looked like anyone else walking through the door. The scent of freshly baked bread and simmering soups filled the air as he joined the line at the counter. Behind him, three boys, probably around 12 or 13, were talking in hushed voices. Liam wasn't paying much attention at first, but their conversation grew louder and the tone caught his ear. They weren't rowdy or misbehaving. Instead, they sounded uncertain. One of them whispered, "Do you think they'll let us share one plate?" Another replied, "We can't ask for too much. Just some fries, maybe." Liam's heart clenched. He turned slightly and caught sight of the boys. Their clothes were clean but clearly worn, and their faces were marked with the tired look of children who'd seen too much too young. The smallest boy clutched a crumpled $5 bill in his hand. As Liam moved closer to the counter, he listened carefully. The boys weren't arguing or causing trouble. They were planning how to stretch their little money. When it was their turn, they hesitated, whispering amongst themselves again. Finally, the tallest boy stepped forward and asked the cashier, "Can we get a small order of fries, please? We'll share." The cashier, a young woman named Sophie, looked at them kindly. "Are you sure that's all you want?" she asked. The boy nodded quickly, avoiding eye contact. Sophie's smile faltered, but she rang up the order. Liam stepped forward, clearing his throat. "I'll take care of their order. Let's make it 3 meals," he said casually, as if it were the most natural thing in the world. The boys looked up at him, startled. "You don't have to do that, sir," the tallest one said, his voice barely above a whisper. "I insist," Liam replied warmly. "Consider it a treat." Sophie quickly added the meals, her face lighting up. As Liam handed her his card, he turned to the boys. "Why don't you sit down? I'll bring the food over." They hesitated but eventually nodded, thanking him softly before finding a table near the window. Liam placed his own order and joined them a few minutes later, balancing a tray filled with food. As they ate, Liam gently started a conversation. "What brings you boys here on a Saturday afternoon?" he asked. The tallest boy, who introduced himself as Ethan, glanced at his younger brothers Sam and Ben before answering. "We were just hungry. Mom's been working late and we didn't want to bother her." Something in Ethan's tone tugged at Liam's heart. "Your mom works hard, does she?" Ethan nodded. "Yeah, she cleans houses. She's really tired all the time, but she tries her best." Liam felt a pang of guilt. This was one of his restaurants. It should have been a place where no one felt the need to scrape together their last dollars for a meal. He knew it wasn't just about business, it was about community. The boy's story stayed with him, and he decided to dig deeper. "Does your mom ever get time to rest?" Liam asked. Ethan hesitated. "Not really. She used to work here, but she had to quit a while back." Liam's eyes widened. "Here? At this restaurant?" Ethan nodded. "Yeah, she liked it, but there were some problems. I don't know all the details. She just said it wasn't working out." Liam's mind raced. He had to know more. "What's her name?" "Maria Torres," Ethan replied quietly. Liam's heart sank. He remembered that name. Maria had been a server at the restaurant 2 years ago, but she had left suddenly after an issue with her manager. Liam had never looked into the matter personally, assuming it had been resolved. Now he realized he might have been wrong. That evening, Liam stayed after the restaurant closed and asked to review Maria's file. What he found made his stomach churn. Maria had reported her manager for harassment, but her claims had been dismissed due to lack of evidence. Shortly after, she had been let go for poor performance. Liam felt a wave of anger and regret. This was his business, and he had failed Maria. Determined to make things right, he contacted her directly. When Maria answered the phone, her voice was cautious but polite. "Maria, this is Liam Hayes. I'm the CEO of Hayes Harvest," he began. "I believe I owe you an apology." Maria was silent for a moment before responding, her voice trembling. "I don't understand." Liam explained everything he had learned and promised to make amends. "I want to offer you your job back, along with a promotion. No one should have to go through what you did." Maria hesitated, then said, "I appreciate the offer, but I'm not sure I can trust the system again." "I understand," Liam said gently, "but I want you to know that I'm committed to making my restaurants a safe place for everyone. If you ever change your mind, the door is always open." A week later, Maria and her sons walked into the restaurant, not as employees but as special guests. Liam had arranged a small celebration to honor Maria's resilience and to introduce new policies ensuring a safe workplace for all employees. The boys were beaming, and Maria's eyes shone with gratitude. Liam learned a valuable lesson that day. Being a leader wasn't just about growing a business, it was about taking responsibility for the lives your business touches. And in that moment, surrounded by smiles and laughter, he knew he was on the right path. The story of Maria and her boys became a turning point for Liam and his company. It wasn't just about running a restaurant anymore. It was about creating a legacy of compassion and fairness. And for Liam, that was the greatest success of all. That's the story, friends. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure sharing it with you all. Don't forget to comment below and let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see the global reach of these stories. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories, tips, and tricks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.